Elon Musk took the risk of his life by gambling on X, buying Twitter, and deciding to wage war on the legacy dinosaur media, creating a brand new potential media empire. Will it pay off? Will he win? And what all did he bet? Was his life even at stake? His enterprises? His finances? Folks, will explain how Elon Musk changed the entire course of history right now. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, one and all, boys, girls, and everybody else out there. We're happy to have you joining us as we get ready to talk about why you just must see Elon Musk as a guy who changed the trajectory of so many all across the fruited plains of the United States and beyond, perhaps saving free discourse and the freedom of speech. And he's continuing to work hard to do just that. Folks, we'll explain every single facet of this with the kind of panelists you can't miss. Click the like button and we'll get started right now. All right, folks, coming to us from Fast Company. It says Hollywood is dead, according to Justine Bateman. Here's what comes next. And Bateman is one of those analysts that a lot of people listen to and care about. So we'll see what it says. Bateman argues the emotional and financial scaffolding necessary to support that film business is gone. In its place, we have something of a conveyor belt churning out content. Hollywood is dead. In October of 2024, The Hollywood Reporter posted this on social media. Hollywood, meet your new A-list. There were no actors in the accompanying photo. Featured instead were TikTokers and Instagram influencers who function primarily as infomercial salespeople. In the past, THR's new A-list was reserved for actors, rising to the top, the ones to watch. In fact, THR did publish a new A-list of movie stars a few months prior. Perhaps THR was simply making a new list, one filled with these types of salespeople, which, by the way, I think is impugning those individuals. Not all of them are that way. But the accompanying text was leveled at Hollywood, as if these salespeople were the new inhabitants. And that was quite inaccurate. Hollywood is dead. These salespeople are too late and too off target to have been a part of it. Hollywood was amazing. It was something beautiful and singular and frustrating and hard and touching and incredible. And I, this author, think it's a crime that we destroyed it. A crime. I'll tell you what it was like up to the last era of Hollywood. There was a high concentration of talented artists. There was enough room for everyone who had the luck, the determination, and the talent. Room for new actors, directors, and writers to come into the established business. There was a place for the Farrah Fawcett's and the Sir Lawrence Olivers. There were gatekeepers, tastemakers, and kingmakers. Up through the gatekeeping and tastemaking filters, these talents would emerge. Time would be taken to promote their work and their image. Careful decisions would be made to maintain the quality of their output. And new arrivals paid respect to those who were already here, those who had built the business up for these newcomers to flourish. All right, let's skip ahead, folks. And what this essentially is going to tell you is that Hollywood is dead because, well, streaming, fracturing, and, by the way, AI. Here's what it says.
Sucking.
Yes, sucking, they left that out, but it should have been there. There is a tunnel through this artificial intelligence inferno, which will cause the end of the content era, to a glorious place on the other side, a new genre in the arts. We haven't truly had a new genre in the arts of any real significance since the 1990s. In essence, this upcoming new genre has been delayed by more than 20 years because tech overstayed its moment on stage. The new has been waiting. So what I'd like to talk about, guys, is it seems to me that Hollywood itself is beginning to recognize there's a confluence of two very important things happening at once that are going to converge and alter the way that we consume media. The first is going to be artificial intelligence, and the second is people have moved on to what we're terming the new media, right? That's us, that's Ron, that's Midnight's Edge, that's PBD, Timcast. It's all of these people making content all across America. And at the same time, AI is, we believe, going to empower their abilities to make things in a way that replicate the high quality that used to take teams of hundreds and budgets of millions. And I think Hollywood is now recognizing that because they devastated their cachet with audiences, no one is going to have an emotional nostalgia except for writers such as that piece that we just read, where they're longing for the glory days of Hollywood. but we don't have any glorious feelings of Hollywood because they destroyed it. Panel, your thoughts on this?
I mean,
it's like, where have you been the past decade? Like, welcome to the party, pal. Like,
well, okay, so that's a great point, John. Maybe the story here, maybe the hook here that I'm missing is that this article is a decade late. Maybe this is what we've been saying all this long. Is that right, John? Or Ron?
exactly. Yeah.
Well, I know that Zachary Levi, he was weighing in on this too about his own decision because, Zachary Levi came out, he supports Elon and Trump and especially RFK Kennedy Jr. And when he was talking about it, he said he doesn't really care what he does to his career in an industry that's already dead. He spoke about it. And he's kind of at the top of his career right now. He's done amazing things in Hollywood. So he put his head on the chopping block in a sense in his career, but he's willing to do it because he sees the writing on the wall. Content creators exist all over the planet now. You do not need everybody concentrated in one place to make content that people are watching. If Joe Rogan can sit across the table from a former president, current candidate, and get many more millions of views than something that cost Disney $200 million to make in something like Agatha All Along, it doesn't matter anymore. Joe Rogan's, what did that podcast cost? Less than $10,000? I don't know, but it certainly didn't cost millions of dollars, and he certainly got millions of more views on it. And even if Google decides to do something with YouTube where it doesn't work, other entities will pop up to replace YouTube. And I think even Google knows that. They become a little bit less censorship oriented.
Let's hope. The last few days have been very, very weird. And I don't want to get into it. I don't want to talk about what I'm seeing in my statistics for recommendations and for all that kind of stuff that we can look at. Just say it's not acting the way it has in the past, and we're keeping an eye on it. Hope it stops as we get out of this election cycle. All right, John, your thought?
Yeah, I mean, Hollywood has been kind of dead for a while now. I think the last hurrah was Avengers Endgame. That was like the last big movie that I think encaptured the zeitgeist of at least the United States of America, of Americans. And then since then, there really hasn't been anything like that. Obviously, I think you had Game of Thrones maybe on television around the same time. But since then, there has been absolutely nothing. And then when you see these Marvel actors or these Game of Thrones actors try to jump into other shows, other properties, for the most part, they don't really carry the panache or they don't carry that star power over there. I mean, Chris Evans, I think, is the perfect example of that. How many movies has he been in when he's not Captain America, and they haven't really done all that great. You can look at Hemsworth. He tried to do the Men in Black stuff. I think the only thing he's really seen success in outside of his Marvel stuff has been Extraction over on Netflix. There just isn't it's not there anymore. I think the whole mystique of celebrity has kind of been brought down in total. I mean, you look at the celebrities that are big now are usually people that have been involved in some kind of what's a G rated here, some kind of controvery or involved in disgusting behavior that elevates their profile, etc. Right?
So, Ron, I'll let you put a bow on this one with this question. How much of the degradation of people enjoying Hollywood comes down to the way that they've treated celebrities such as Gina Carano? How much do you think that has dissuaded people from wanting to consume the products of Hollywood?
I don't think that's a gigantic factor.
Okay.
I think show business has always been a pretty shitty place. You know, there are a million examples of movies that are about that. The kid stays in the picture. Just that's popped into my head. Hollywood has been a cesspool in terms of in terms of relationships. I think it is what, not because they were bastards to Gina, but what they were bastards about.
Yeah.
because and really Gina was not being a hardcore Politico by any stretch of the imagination. But this intolerance for views and points of view that the vast majority of Americans share, I do think that has turned people off. But you know what? Even then, if the content were good, I think people would swallow it. The content has sucked.
I think the other thing is they chased China while at the same time they embraced postmodern neo-Marxism. And those two just don't go together. And they lost with China, and they lost, apparently, although we'll find out real soon, with postmodern neo-Marxism. Let's hope. I like when they strike out with both of those. Well, folks, we've come to the end of another video of pure excellence and fun. Explaining entertainment, keeping you ahead of the culture curve, that's what we hope you believe we've just done. And why should you believe it? Well, because we've done our very best to make it so. To be true, to be factual, and to do what the mainstream, so-called access journalists simply won't. Folks, you can help share this out across the fruited plains of YouTube by clicking the like button, share, subscribe, click it, stick it to the algorithms. It is the notification bell. Drop a comment down below. Let us know your thoughts. And folks, as we get ready to say sayonara for now, we ask that you keep learning, keep growing, and wherever you are and whatever you're doing, keep having fun.